year. Join Brian Thomas Swim on an epic journey that may change your life.
Here's the essence of the universe story. The stars are our ancestors.
Discover our profound new role in the intricate web of life on Journey of the Universe.
Wednesday at 9.
You're watching WSIU Carbondale, WUSI Olney.
River Region Evening Edition is made possible through the membership support of viewers like you, with additional support from Country Insurance and Financial Services and WSIL TV3.
Right now on the River Region Evening Edition. Bombs go off in Syria and residents react to the blast. We have an exclusive interview. Plus, the details on a tornado's touchdown in Oakville last night. And students at SIU are getting hammered with fees by administration. Evening Edition starts now.
Live from the campus of Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. Bringing you the news from around the world and across the River Region. This is the Evening Edition.
In Syria, known as the Arab Uprising, is now a year and a half old. Good evening, I'm Devin Kidd.
And I'm Jenna Buckles. No end is in sight as attempts are made to overthrow Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Explosions rocked two military buildings in Damascus today. The rebels claim responsibility for numerous deaths. The military says there were only some injuries. Evening Edition reporter Razan Tumani talked exclusively with a rebel leader in Damascus by phone.
The city was shrouded in the smoke as two explosions occurred in the center of the Syrian capital. River Region talked this morning with William, the spokesman of the revolution leadership in Damascus.
Today in the morning, the situation was so hectic in Damascus. We woke up on the sound of a huge blast targeted the army command headquarters in the Umayyad quarter. It's the main square in Damascus.
William told us many people were died in the explosions, and a fire clash between the army and the rebels took place in and outside the army buildings. The schools were closed, and so are the main roads in the Syrian capital.
166 of them are from Damascus and the suburbs of Damascus.
Foreign countries are trying to help solve the problem.
If any political solution interfered here, that would be, let's say, a blessing. It would be at least it will stop the bloodshed going on. But if not, I think sooner or later the Free Syrian Army will be able to put an end to this regime.
Foreign countries are trying to help solving the problem, yet there seems to be no end in sight. Whether it's political or non-political, people in Syria are waiting for a solution that ends their suffering and turns their nightmare into dream.
Was killed in one of the explosions in Damascus. The Syrian national was a correspondent for an Iranian media outlet. Well, it was a bit of a rainy day today.
Yes, it was. It was very humid, too. But Meredith Hackler is in now with our quick look at weather. Meredith?
Well, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it does look like we are going to be having some more weather, or some more rainy days headed our way. Tonight, as you can see, the temperature is going to be 68 degrees with thunderstorms once again. Along with in the morning, it's going to be 66 degrees with those thunderstorms still staying there. And in the midday, we can expect that temperature to jump up just a little bit to 77 degrees, but those thunderstorms are still going to be with us. Stay tuned for my full weather forecast later.
All right. Thank you, Meredith. Southern Illinoisans looking for a job may be in luck. The retail giant Kohl's plans to hire more employees nationwide to help with the increased sales this holiday season. Kohl's department stores will hire more than 52,000 associates nationwide this holiday season. They have stores here in Carbondale, Mount Vernon, Paducah, and Cape Girardeau. They don't have specific numbers of job openings for each store, but they expect to hire an average of 41 people per store for the holidays. Seasonal associates can work anywhere from a few hours to more than 20 hours per week, and hiring will begin this month.
Residents in southern Illinois are cleaning up after dangerous storms. Eyewitnesses say they watched the tornado pictured here touch down just north of Oakville last night. However, the National Weather Service has not released any figures on the storms. There are reports of downed trees, limbs, and barns across the county. And on Interstate 64, at least 2 semi-trucks were flipped over because of the strong winds. Back in Oakville, the police chief says the town got off lucky. There were no reports of any injuries within the town.
The chimes that normally ring out over the quad at the University of Illinois are being silenced as part of International Week of the Deaf. The chimes in Altgeld Hall's tower went silent Tuesday night and will remain that way until 5 p.m. Wednesday. Matthew Dye is a professor of speech, says several dozen people also have signed a pledge to remain silent until Wednesday. The university's observance of International Week of the Deaf also include 25 Illinois schools for the deaf students performing the national anthem in sign language at Saturday's Penn State Illinois football game.
A former Chicago mayor says too much attention is being paid to disagreements within public education. The co-chair of Advance Illinois, Bill Daley, is calling for education improvements and says it's time to move forward now that Chicago teachers' strike is over. His group is also discussing new teacher evaluations, something being considered by other Illinois districts as well.
The number of registered voters in the city of Chicago is far lower this time around than for the campaign in 2008. In fact, there are 225,000 less than there were at this point for the election in 2008. Chicago Board of Elections Chairman Langdon Neal told the Chicago Tribune that because there isn't as much hype in this election as there was for Obama's election in 2008, the deficit will be a large hill to overcome. The deadline to register for the November election is October 9th. Coming up, the bus transportation system known as Megabus is in hot water again. Find out more about their latest lawsuit.
Also, SIU students react to the fees being assessed on their bursar bill each semester. Stay with us.
Coming up on the next Saluki Sports View, rugby hits the SIU campus. We also go one-on-one with quarterback Corey Faulkner's favorite target, as well as one of Saluki football's best pro prospects. And we catch up with the hottest team on campus, the Volleyball Salukis, and their new head coach. That's what's coming up on the next Saluki Sports View.
Thursday at 5.
With 3 full channels of quality programming on WSIU, you may need help deciding what to watch. When you become a member, you'll never have to worry. Join us. For $35 or more, you can become a member of the growing family of WSIU Public Television and receive our bi-monthly program guide previews for an entire year. It includes program listings, features, and fantastic articles, so don't put it off. Call now and use your credit card to become a member instantly. You'll be glad you did, and so will your whole family.
WSIU's Election 2012 specials bring you in-depth interviews with candidates running for the Illinois General Assembly in the November 6th general election. On the next edition of our series, we'll hear from candidates for State Senate in the 58th District, incumbent Republican Senator David Lechtefeld of Oakville, and Democratic challenger Mike Bigler of Anna. WSIU Public Television, your election connection.
Friday at 7:30.
A store in DuQuoin sold a Powerball ticket this week that is worth $1 million. The person who bought it has not claimed the prize yet. The store gets $100,000 as a bonus. The chances of winning the Powerball is more than 5 million to 1, and only 12 people have won a similar prize since February this year. Without someone coming forward to redeem the prize, the ticket has a full year until it expires. However, the store will still get its $10,000 commission.
The family of a University of Missouri graduate student has filed a lawsuit against Megabus. The double-decker bus was headed toward Kansas City when it slammed into a bridge pillar along Interstate 55 in south-central Illinois, leaving 25-year-old Aditi Ashad dead. Megabus has run into trouble previously following the death of 76-year-old Donna Halstead, who was hit crossing the street near Union Station in Chicago. The family of the Chicago woman has also filed a lawsuit against Megabus. Megabus spokeswoman Amanda Byers says the company is cooperating with investigators. Undergraduate students enrolled at SIUC this fall will pay $1,679.34 in student fees, according to the SIUC Registrar's Office. Each student is required to pay these fees, but many do not know what these fees are for, or even how much they are paying per semester. River Region's Jessica Anderson has more. Even though each SIU student invests thousands of dollars each year into their education, many people are not aware of where all their money is going. Asir Isubal, a junior studying mechanical engineering, knew about some of the student fees, but wasn't certain about all of them.
I think there's one for the health center. There's one for the bus, I know, because I never use it, but I know I'm getting charged for it.
Isubal knew he was paying for these things, but he thought he was paying a lot less.
Maybe $500, $600.
Isubal is not the only student who is upset about the fees he pays. Carlos Smith, a senior studying history, said he was most upset about the information technology fee that he pays.
So I feel like we should have free printing. That's one that I'm upset about. We don't have free printing, but we pay an IT fee. I'm confused.
Each student is charged a mass transit fee each semester. However, most students, including Smith, feels he is being unfairly charged.
I feel like if you do not ride the Saluki Express, it should be refundable for the transit fee.
All of the information about the distribution of fees at SIU is detailed on the SIU Board of Trustees website. Each of the fees is broken down into segments explaining what the money from each fee is used for. For example, each student pays $134.60 a semester for access to the Student Rec Center, and is used to support the debt service expense and to fund the Student Recreation Repair and Replacement Reserve. And although all of this information is available, Isubal thinks that students simply don't look at what they're paying for.
I don't know how many students actually take it to their time to actually look at that bill, because sometimes I look at it to see what I'm being charged for. I see my statement. But I honestly don't think the campus would just tell people to go look at your statement and see what's going on. I'll probably keep it on the down low, just make you pay for whatever.
In Carbondale, Jessica Anderson, River Region News. Students can check their Bursar bill at any time on SalukiNet to see all charges being assessed.
Coming up, weathercaster Meredith Hackler has your SIU Family Weekend forecast.
But first, let's take a look at those closing numbers.
On today's Community Dateline, an American Red Cross blood drive is this Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. at the First Assembly of God in Collinsville. Everyone who donates blood will help save a life. For more information, please call 314-658-2036. The 6th annual Rattle the Bottoms Bluegrass and Folk Music Festival takes place this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at St. Anne's Churchyard in Jacob. The concert raises funds for pancreatic cancer awareness. For more information, please call 618-559-4287 or visit Sandra's Comfort Inc. on Facebook. An American Red Cross blood drive is this Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. at the Village Square Mall in Effingham. Everyone who donates blood will help save a life. So for more information, please call 314-658-2036. Registration for Expanding Your Horizons in Science and Mathematics ends this Monday. The conference will be Saturday, October 27th at the Student Center at SIU Carbondale and is open for all girls in 5th through 9th grades. The girls will participate in 3 exciting career workshops, speak to professionals, and meet women in Southern Illinois with interests similar to their own. For registration details and more information, please call the SIUC Department of Mathematics at 618-453-5302. If you have an item of community interest, please send your mail or email 2 weeks in advance to the address on your screen.
Good evening, I'm Meredith Hackler, and I'll be giving you a weather forecast for today. Taking a look at the weather tees, as I was saying, we are going to be seeing some thunderstorms coming our way, which are going to lead to some cooler temperatures at night. But later on, once those skies clear up, we are going to see some sunny skies later on. In my next map, we can see that our temperature for today is 75 degrees. The dew point is at 64 degrees. And for our almanac today, our high is at 77 degrees. Our low is 61 degrees. Today's precipitation was a ½ inch, and for our monthly precipitation, we are at 4.19 inches. Taking a look at the surrounding areas, Belleville at the top is at 74 degrees, along with Mount Vernon at 72, both those staying in the mid-70s. Carbondale and Marion creeping up into those higher 70s, trying to get back into those warmer temperatures we all enjoy so much. Paducah is at 84, where I'm sure we would all love to be right now instead of these rainy days. Cape Girardeau is at 66, being the lowest temperature on the map today. Taking a look at our national satellite, as you can see, there are going to be some clouds heading our way, which are going to lead to a lot of those cooler temperatures at night that I was talking about, and several of those thunderstorms that are going to be coming our way later on in this week. On my next map, you can see that we are going to have a lot of thunderstorms everywhere. There is thunderstorms above us, thunderstorms below us, and we are going to have a chance of flash flooding in the lower area of southern Illinois, those low pressure and high pressure coming together. Also a possibility of severe thunderstorms coming our way as well. Tonight, we can expect a overnight low of 62 degrees with scattered thunderstorms, within our chance of thunderstorms at 50%. Tomorrow, we can expect a high of 79 degrees and scattered thunderstorms once again. Tomorrow night, our overnight low is going to be 59 degrees, scattered thunderstorms once again, and our sunset going to be at 6:45 p.m. Taking a look at our 5-day outlook, on Friday, our high is going to be 73, our low is going to be 51, and we are going to be expecting some AM showers once again. On Saturday, we can expect a high of 74, a low of 47, fewer showers with our percentage dropping down to 30%. On Sunday, we can expect a high of 77, a low of 48, and mostly sunny skies. On Monday, we can expect a high of 78, a low of 47, and sunny skies once again. And on Tuesday, we can expect that temperature to creep back up into the 80s with our high at 80 degrees, our low at 52, and sunny skies once again.
Just when you think it's getting ready to cool down, it warms back up.
I know. I'm hoping that it does warm back up. I don't like the rain or the cold, so let's hope that those sunny skies come back to us.
I'm ready for the fall weather. Where is the fall weather?
Looks like we have some rain for SIU Family Weekend.
We do have some rain, possibly. It is a chance. Hopefully we won't be seeing it, though.
All right.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Thanks, Meredith.
The SIU football team is gearing up to face Indiana State for Family Weekend this Saturday in Carbondale.
The St. Louis Cardinals look to keep pace in the NL wildcard race. Sharnice Mitchell is in Now with Sports. Sharnice?
Coming up, we will tell you which Saluki won Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week. We will also give you the latest updates on the NFL referees and when we might finally see the end of the replacement officiating. All of that and more coming up next in sports.
Hello, I'm Peter Marshall.
And I'm Nick Clooney with another edition of My Music from the glorious Big Band era.
I have the craziest dream. This time, we're going to focus on the great singers and remember the songs that they made famous. Night and day. Music is timeless. It's my music. The Big Band vocalist right here on PBS.
Wednesday at 7.
Today, we're actually working on the Expand Your Horizons program, which involves a little engineering and a little fun with dancing.
We crimp the wires and attach the little wires together. Whenever we can step forward and hit the mat with our foot, our hands, a buzzer, or a light wheel. So I feel like I can actually accomplish something on my own instead of having to call people every time I want something.
Best-selling author and financial expert Susie Orman is back with all new advice for these challenging times.
Today, we are going to start a new movement that we're calling the New American Dream.
Don't miss Susie's powerful lessons on work, family, and your financial future. Susie Orman's Money Class.
Thursday at 10:30.
SIU cross-country team is running away with some impressive awards. Junior Brian Dixon is the Missouri Valley Conference Scholar of the Week. The junior runner from Springfield finished second in the Saluki Invitational and led the Salukis to a team title with a time of 25:29. Dixon has a cumulative GPA of 3.9. The junior talked about his performance in his last meet after coming back from an early injury.
Like this meet for me was
It definitely helped because I haven't raced since February, since I'm just getting over an injury. So, I mean, I'm back in the racing mode, and now this next week I can get used to that racing mode more and put in more effort in that race. Every meet counts. I mean, like this meet for me was, it definitely helped because I haven't raced since February.
Dixon and the cross-country Salukis will be competing in the Sean Earl Lakefront Invitational in Chicago this Saturday. As well as winning the race, Southern hopes to top Loyola and officially be able to call themselves the best team in the state. After dropping their first 2 games of the season, the SIU football team is riding a 2-game winning streak into Saturday when they battle the Sycamores of Indiana State. The Dogs only recorded 198 total yards on offense, the fewest in a game since 2009. The offense has a tough task at hand this Saturday as Indiana State is ranked 7th nationally in scoring defense, allowing just 14 points a game. Head coach Dale Lennon says that the maturity of the defense has been key in the past 2 victories.
That's the confidence that you're looking when your backs are up against the wall, that your players know they can step up and make the stop. So, and from my perspective too, defense is where it starts. If you're playing good defense, you're going to give yourself a shot in every game.
The Dogs and the Sycamores will battle it out this Saturday at Saluki Stadium. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m. Late last night, Roger Goodell and the NFL met with the locked-out officials. The meeting did not produce an agreement between the sides, but it is reported that the 2 sides made significant steps towards a new agreement and to bring the regular referees back into the NFL. The regular officials are being greatly missed by football fans after the questionable calls in Week 3 by the replacement officials, especially in the Monday night game with the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Jaime Garcia tossed a gem last night, going 7 innings on 6 hits and not allowing a run as the Cardinals blanked the Houston Astros 4-0. Garcia improved his record to 6-7 on the season and has won 3 out of his last 5 starts. Offensively for the Cardinals, John Jay went 2 for 5 with 2 knocked in. With a win last night and both the Dodgers and Brewers losing, the Redbirds' wild card lead is now 4.5 games. Chris Carpenter takes the hill for just the 2nd time this year, tonight against the Houston's Bud Norris. First pitch is set for 7:05 tonight. The Chicago Cubs visited Mile High City last night as they fell to the Colorado Rockies in a rain-shortened game 10-5. For the Cubs, Starlin Castro smacked his 14th homer of the year. Former Cub DJ LeMahieu went 3 for 3 with a home run for the rookies. Jason Birkin gets the nod in the rubber game for the Cubs tonight. First pitch is scheduled for 7:40. The Chicago White Sox are now tied with the Detroit Tigers for the American League Central Division. The Sox dropped a half game behind with a 4-3 loss yesterday to Cleveland, while the Tigers moved up a half game with a 2-0 victory over the Royals. Tonight, Chicago is looking to close the series with a 2-3 record to the Indians, pushing them to first place in the race for the AL Central Division title. So the Salukis looking to go 3-2 for football
That's
this
awesome.
weekend.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, and also family weekend this Saturday. Football will be playing and volleyball will have a game.
What do you think it's going to look like up against the Sycamores?
It's going to be a pretty hard battle, but hopefully the Salukis make it happen.
Awesome. Sounds great. Also, we've got tomorrow night at 5, we've got our Saluki Sports View.
Yes, Sports
Full
View.
half hour of sports in the
First
Saluki
one.
Nation.
Should be great.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks, Sharnice.
We'll be back with a look at some of the other stories we'll be covering this week on Evening Edition.
And weathercaster Meredith Hackler gives you one more look at your weekend weather forecast. Stay with us.
From Showboat in 1927 to The Sound of Music in 1959, he transformed musical theater and inspired social change with his songs and ideas.
You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made.
The story of a poet and visionary, Oscar Hammerstein II, out of my dreams.
Thursday at 7.
Between birth
Beautiful little girl.
and death,
I would not forget him.
there's life.
22 pregnancies, 24 of us altogether. 24? People like you are supposed to help people like me.
I'm falling in love with you.
And they see it all.
I've had my share of adventures.
England's smash hit, Call the Midwife, comes to America.
Sunday at 7.
Be more. PBS.
President Barack Obama meets Governor Mitt Romney for the first presidential debate of the 2012 campaign. PBS's own Jim Lehrer is the moderator. Join us for special live coverage and post-debate analysis.
Here are some of the other stories we're covering this week on Evening Edition. An airplane will be hoisted to the ceiling to the SIU's new Tech Center at Southern Illinois Airport. And the Southern Illinois Heart Walk is held this weekend in Carterville. We'll also have a rundown on other events going on in Southern Illinois this weekend. Join us tomorrow night at 5 here on the WSIU television stations for Saluki Sports View, honored by the Illinois Broadcasters Association as the best student newscast in the state.
First Lady Michelle Obama will appear on Steve Harvey's new daytime talk show. The show's producers say that they will tape her appearance on Thursday, and the show will air on October 3rd. Harvey's show is taped in front of an NBC studio audience in Obama's hometown of Chicago. It debuted earlier this month, and Harvey said in an interview that he is honored to have the First Lady as a guest on his show. Earlier this week, Michelle appeared with the president on the popular daytime talk show, The View. After the Chicago Symphony Orchestra strike, a new 3-year tentative settlement has been reached. Chicago's musicians walked out Saturday evening just before the city's scheduled concert due to a dispute over wages and health insurance costs. Symphony officials say the musicians ratified this contract Tuesday morning. We'll take one last look at weather.
Taking another look at our 5-day forecast, on Friday and Saturday we can expect those temperatures to be in the mid-70s, and on Friday we will be having some AM showers. On Saturday our precipitation likelihood drops down to 30%, and on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday we can expect those sunny skies with our temperatures in the high 70s and low 80s.
Thanks. All right, thanks Meredith. Thank you for joining us tonight. You can find many of tonight's stories on our website, siutvnews.com, and you can also follow us on Twitter at River Region News. I'm Devin Kidd.
And I'm Jenna Buckles. For Meredith Hackler, Sharnice Mitchell, and everyone here at the Evening Edition, have a great night.
River Region Evening Edition is made possible through the membership support of viewers like you, with additional support from Country Insurance and Financial Services and WSIL TV3.
Hello, I'm Peter Marshall.
And I'm Nick Clooney with another edition of My Music from the glorious Big Band Era.
This time, we're going to focus